Yeah, I think, those 2 games give us confidence that we can go out there and do a good job and compete and work hard and get the job done. 2 good games and just gives us belief in that, that fight that we can go out and do it.
Right. Tim Reynolds with the AP. Historically, the home team tends to win this game. Their home record is pretty good in this setup. Does that take the pressure off in some way? Obviously, you're playing for a trophy, and it means just as much to you guys as it does to Inter Miami. I get that. But being the road team, probably not being widely expected maybe to win just because home teams do well in this game, does that help in any way as far as alleviating some of the pressure?
I mean, for us, it's just going out and doing our game. The pressure, it is what it is. I think, we've been ready for this whole season, and the pressures, it comes with it. It's a privilege, and it's fun, and I think, our guys are going to lean into it and enjoy it. Home team, away team, I don't think it matters. I think we just want to go out there and execute what we do.
Jonathan from MLS Soccer. What has this year meant for you personally? You broke it into the national team, playing here in Cup, got some recognition. How do you reflect on this season so far? And for Thomas, the man sitting to your left, what's been your impression of him as a person and a player?
Yeah, for me, I think it's just been a steady build on every year of my career. I don't think it's ever came all at once. I think I've had to work hard for where I'm at. So for me, it's just been a steady continuation of what I've been doing each year, and now it's nice to see, taking that next step. And yeah, it's been a good year, but I think 9 months ago we're sitting there and with the buddies in preseason saying our goal is to win the MLS Cup. So that's what really would make the year.
To a lot of people who weren't watching the Whitecaps every week, they were games where you really stood out and caught a lot of people's attention, but also the Whitecaps as well by beating Miami so convincingly. What do you take out of that game? I know they've changed the way they play quite a bit, but what do you take away from those victories?
Yeah, I think you said they are, a little bit of a different team now than they were however many months ago. For us, again, it shows that the hard work intensity is going to be our starting point. With those 2 things, I think, there's no reason why we can't go out there and do what we do. We showed that if we have every single guy, coming in and starting and working 110%, we're going to be all right.
Okay, we'll go here in the front, in the middle.
Hard Daily High Vancouver. Seb, your team has had a lot of success shutting down Messi. He's never scored against the Whitecaps. Why do you think there's been that success? And Thomas, the calf, you had it wrapped up pretty heavily last game. How is the calf going? Can you play 120 if you need to?
Yeah, I think it's just, again, collective, being a unit, defending as a collective, and it's not much more to it. I think, what we just said, the hard work, intensity, and just, give it everything we have.